We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
Angel Reese thought her coach had her back. But when Tyler Marsh stepped up to speak, the betrayal was undeniable. Caitlin Clark stayed silent, but what she didn't say said everything. As the WNBA's hottest rivalry reaches a boiling point, we dive into what really happened behind closed doors.
There was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today, and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke.
It all started during a heated matchup between the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky. Things got physical. Caitlin Clark took a hard hit. Technicals were issued. But what came after shocked fans and insiders alike?
More notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
Angel Reese lit the fuse post-game. A TikTok repost. A cryptic caption. White gal running from the fade. Street slang, controversy, and accusations. The internet erupted. But was it based on truth? Or a cover-up for defeat?
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're, in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're complying with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so. Again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
Then came the twist. Head coach Tyler Marsh, the man tasked with defending his star, stepped forward and dropped a truth bomb no one saw coming.
Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, that's kind of what it was.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan-wise against Indiana.
Faced with growing skepticism, Reese doubled down. But when asked about specifics, where the alleged comments came from, what exactly was said, her answers crumbled under pressure.
But the telling admission is, we found out, or I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
Here's where it gets murky. While ESPN pushed the conflict angle, independent analysts noticed something. Every time Angel Reese gets outplayed by Caitlin Clark, controversy seems to follow.
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing to substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct or however you want to label it, which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be it's based on the social media nonsense.
Even opposing coaches chimed in. Fever coach Stephanie White stated she heard nothing. The implications were clear. Angel Reese stood alone.
Another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not, whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky there.
No fan audio, no video, no witnesses, no league report confirming hate speech, just speculation and silence. So, why does this keep happening?
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, not some basketball rivalry.
As the WNBA soars to historic viewership, the league must decide, will it focus on drama or dominance? Because if the truth matters, it's time to face it.
There is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
Angel Reese just got betrayed. Not by the fans, not by the media, but by her own coach, Tyler Marsh, who may have just exposed her biggest lie yet. In a shocking press conference, Marsh's statement didn't just contradict Reese's claims, it may have shattered the very foundation of a WNBA investigation.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore, because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
This was supposed to be a celebration of talent, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. But now, the game has been overshadowed by something darker. Claims of racist fan abuse, a public outcry, and a full-blown WNBA investigation. But the one man who could have confirmed it didn't.
Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Hate speech.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. It can happen to me, it can happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great.
Angel Reese didn't make a direct accusation, but her social media post immediately sparked outrage. While she never pointed fingers, the implication was clear. Racial hate was hurled her way during the Fever game. But where's the evidence?
What do you think the league's response just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you.
Then came the moment that changed everything. When asked when he learned of the alleged comments, Sky coach Tyler Marsh didn't stutter. He didn't hesitate. 6 words blew up the narrative. I heard when everyone else did.
Like Caitlin said, she answered it perfectly. She said, I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened. But now, when you have Caitlin saying that, and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Tyler Marsh saying he found out, and myself, and no one, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else were you supposed to think? especially when the entire thing is vague, especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague.
This wasn't just a timeline contradiction. It was a credibility collapse. If the coaching staff, the players, the referees, and fans in the arena heard nothing, where did this narrative come from?
Those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was? You heard stuff. And she said, that's not a me question, meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, what would you like the league to do with those fans? And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that.
Despite no audio, no fan ejection, and no sideline altercations, the WNBA launched a formal investigation. Why? What are they investigating? Social media posts.
But I really wish she would, first someone would ask her. And then, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.
Chicago was humiliated on their home court, 93-58. Clark dominated. Reese was quiet. Was this narrative spun as a distraction from an ugly truth? The sky got smoked.
But right now, it is not a good look. It is certainly not a good look. Especially after the season just started and you get record ratings. Caitlin Clark's back, playing awesome basketball, gets a triple-double. Fever looked great. And somehow, it appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever coach, has remained professional. Clark hasn't engaged with the drama. Is their silence the loudest response of all?
Hey, Angel. How is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you, or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very interesting.
With no footage, no reports, and no support from her own coach, Angel Reese's victimhood narrative is crumbling. The question now, was this a calculated media stunt?
Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of four were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax. Is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world? Next question. Oh, okay.
Betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. When your own coach doesn't back you up, what happens in that locker room next?
58 points. 30 whatever point win. Embarrassing. They got embarrassed, and now this reaction is embarrassing. I almost can't believe it's real.
Angel Reese is one of the most polarizing figures in women's basketball. But this moment could define her. Will she double down or come clean? This isn't just about Reese, or Marsh, or even Clark. It's about the future of a league that desperately needs clarity, not chaos. If the WNBA lets lies fuel investigations, who will trust it next time?